everyone. Welcome back to the realm. I'm Gina.
I'm Rich still.
And I'm still Rob.
They're still who they are. I'm still me.
Wait. Now I'm still Rich. Oh,
For those of you that are just listening, Rich just did his best impersonation of a mannequin. Still Rich, get it? But bad dad joke.
I can do it for a long time.
Bad joke. It's
one
bad
of
joke.
my.
This is supposed to be Weird News Wednesday. Instead, it's bad joke day.
So it's a rare hidden talent that I have.
That's okay.
I was not aware of that talent. So
It's great.
I'm sure we'll find a use for it sometime.
We should highlight it more often.
Apparently, I walk around in a castle in the early wee hours of the morning going to the bathroom. I'm not sure.
There you go. Caught that on video. Well,
and I don't remember doing it. I told Jenny, I said, I don't know who the fuck it is. I said, it isn't me. I said, I didn't use that bathroom. Sure shit, there I am walking to the bathroom.
And you don't. So he's talking about we're reviewing evidence, and Rich heard some noises on an audio recorder, so he had to go to the video to debunk it or to prove it, and it was himself sleepwalking to the bathroom because he does not remember going. So that's okay. You were just sleeping well in the castle. It's all right. But today our episode not our episode. Today is weird news, right? So we came with stories. We're going to just blind react to each other's stories. We try to bring weird stories. They may be paranormal. They may not. They're from all over the world. They could be way in the past. Can't be in the future yet. We haven't been privy to that technology, but maybe someday. And yeah, so how we figure out who goes first? Well, we used to do rock, paper, scissors, and then our family grew. And now we are using the wheel of names. So I will share my screen. All right, here we go. Can you guys see the wheel?
No.
No? What?
Nope.
Hold on.
What?
Try this again. Okay, can you see the wheel?
No.
Nope.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's see who goes first. Spin, spin, spin. We're spinning the wheel of names. Oh, wait. Oh, there's Rob's name on there. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't see Rob's. Hey, wait a minute. We got to redo this.
Oh, no.
Wait,
no,
we
Gina.
have to
No, Gina. Fair is fair.
Oh, wait,
I'm
Robbie.
going to tell you why.
Fair.
Take a look at what's wrong. Rob's name
I
is
seen what was wrong. Soon as it was showed up, I noticed. I was like, my name's not. Oh,
fine.
Yes.
It's only on there one time. Rob's name is only on there one time. I didn't
just
fix it from last week.
to put your name on. Look what you just did.
Fine. I didn't cheat.
You just pull up the wheel again.
Okay, hold on. Let me, how did I cheat? Hold on, let me go back to sharing my screen. Okay, now see it left one instance.
Gina, Rob, Rich.
I know. Now I gotta go back in and add Rob instead. So
oh Jesus.
We're just gonna have to just do it like this. I'll have to cut this out. Let's see here. Rob, and then
what is that?
Rich. Oh wait, that's not it.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Oh wait,
you are out of control. Now. You are cut off. You are cut
I swear I've only had water today. Oh, that's not true. I had my first drink of Diet Coke for the first time in almost 2 years because I cut out soda.
Rick?
So I'm just a
Who's
maniac.
Rick?
Oh, dang it. I did it again. I think I'm changing your name, Rich.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, there's no Gina's on there. Oh,
that's because I got to go first now.
Oh.
Which, if you were paying attention to the shared screen, you would have seen what my news story is. But I have to preface this first. First of all, I lied to somebody. Not on purpose, but I lied yesterday because in my email, I received something from this group that I'm a part of from like this vending thing. And in it, they had sent some upcoming events in the area that they thought maybe us vendors would like to know about. And so I was reading them, and it happens to be so I had 2 news stories last week when we recorded, right? So we kind of decide which one we're going to do first. So I put this one on the back burner last week, but in my mind, I thought we had recorded the episode. So I responded back to the email and I said, oh my gosh, I just did an episode on this very topic. So I lied, Rebecca. I'm sorry, I lied. I did not do the episode yet, but I'm recording it now. And now I'm going to include the extra information that you gave me, which is going to be very key to this news report. And so, what is it that I keep going on and on about that you guys don't understand? It is World Naked Bike Ride Day that is coming to our area.
Why does
But
that
this is
sound
the news story
uncomfortable?
that it all started with. Okay. So,
Where am I going to put my
channel,
bumper sticker?
huh?
Where am I going to put my bumper sticker?
Well, yeah, get creative. Hopefully your cheeks are wide enough. Get creative. Because
Oh,
here's
well.
what it is. The news caption, this is from June 15th of 2024, actually. And it says, World Naked Bike Ride Day returns to Madison despite controversy. So this is from Channel 3000 Plus News out of Madison. And I will find out what is it? Braden Ross, I believe, is who wrote this. So it says that more than 100 nude bike riders took to the streets of downtown Madison on Saturday morning for an annual World Naked Bike Ride today. I think there's a sense of defiance, said a longtime participant. We wanted to really make a statement that we're back. His name is Nicholas Wooten. Last year, the ride was thrown into controversy after a child actually participated in it. So then the Wisconsin state legislature took up bills aiming to stop the event. But I guess the bills died at the end of the last legislative session. So I do understand the concern somewhat. I don't think that, I don't think everybody's like fully nude. I couldn't imagine riding on a bike fully nude. I don't know. I didn't look for pictures of what people do with this, but I think a little bit about how in some countries like nude beaches are very common, or like, in some European areas, like it doesn't matter the gender. Most of people just have bikini bottoms on, or, swim trunks on, and not tops. So it's pretty common across the world, but we're just not so keen on that here. But anyway, it says that they were talking about how they were, that it was disruptive. They shouldn't have let children be a part of this. And why they even have this World Naked Bike Ride today is because they want to. So some people, it says, some participate in protest of oil usage, others to promote body positivity, others say that it's part of biker safety to bring awareness to biker safety. So I decided to go on a hunt about this World Naked Bike Ride Day, and it says so it does happen all around the world. So they have a northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere map or schedule. But it says every year in cities around the world, people ride bikes naked to celebrate cycling and the human body. It demonstrates the vulnerability of cyclists on the road, and it is a protest against the car culture. So they didn't just have it in Madison, Wisconsin. It's actually going to be in Milwaukee. So if you guys want to join, on June 28th, there is the National World Bike Riding event in downtown Milwaukee. So, I mean, I don't know if you want to participate in that, but
It
it is
sounds
there
very uncomfortable.
it's there for your taking.
Like,
But
I don't know where you'd like that sitting on the seat thing is just not going to work out.
yeah, I'd how do you do that in the middle of summer? They have to have bottoms on. I mean, I don't know for sure because I didn't want to dig too far into the story. I did not want to it just felt too voyeuristic. But
Right. But
I
that's
digress. They
important.
are trying to
That's
bring awareness to the human body and to appreciate it more. But then let's go back to the email that I said that I had received, and they had sent information on the World Naked Bike Ride in Milwaukee. And it says this is a friendly ride and protest against big oil and promote body positivity. They call it a protestival because it is a protest and a festival. They'll have live music, food trucks, and vendors. This is a naked block party with a bike ride. Afterwards, participants are going to go to La Cage nightclub on 2nd and National for an after party. Did not say if clothing was optional
That
for that
naked
party.
party too?
I don't know. I don't know if clothing's optional for that. But what goes on is on July 12th, apparently there's a naked volleyball tournament in the area. And then on August 2nd through 6th is annual Wisconsin's Naked Mile and Body Painting Festival, a 1 mile fun walk where participants in groups of 4 compete 16 fun challenges. Some challenges include putting on temporary tattoo. There's a whipped cream challenge. There's naked karaoke. You drink a shot, drink a vodka lemonade, cookie challenge.
Does that have to be
junk.
groups of 4?
Apparently.
I'm
No,
just
I
checking.
think that, yeah, I guess so. Junk in the trunk, balls
Oh.
in a cup challenge.
Whoa,
I'm not
whoa.
sure if that's
Oh.
literal.
I was just doing that.
What? Wait, what? Do you want to elaborate on the balls in the cup that you were just doing that?
Here's my cup. Wait, here's my cup.
Uh-huh.
And here's my, oh no, we'll just stop there. This is a family show.
At least it wasn't the junk in the trunk part. That was the. I'm way.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah, I
way
wasn't doing
better
that.
with balls in the cup than the junk in the trunk.
Well, so I'm just now reading this. So I'm reading this for the first time with you guys. I just saw like the headlines and I was like, oh, I got to read the rest of this. They also have a body painting festival where they need body painters of all skill levels. Now, I'm not done yet. We got some more naked activities. On August 16th, there's a Born to Be Naked music festival. And on August 23rd, another naked volleyball tournament. So for more information on the World Naked Bike Ride and the Wisconsin Naked Mile organizational events, there's some vendor information. So if anybody's interested that's listening, let me know. I'll give you the vendor information. But I thought, what a coincidence that there's all this naked stuff that's happening from June to August, even September, maybe. I don't know.
I had no idea there was that much clothing optional stuff in the state of Wisconsin.
I know. I
Right,
mean,
had no
right.
idea.
Yeah,
I mean-
and it's you had me at naked for all of it, but it's the sand gets in weird places.
yes.
Bike seats can get into weird places. And I mean, you're just like, how is that comfortable? I don't want my junk getting caught in a chain or nothing like that.
I don't know,
mean-
but if you're interested, I'm going to make sure in the show notes that I have how you could participate in all of this. I'm gonna put all
Because
the
I'll
links.
kill some volleyball.
I know, but I wonder if it's sand volleyball, like you're right. Like there can't be.
Right, but what are you going to play on blacktop? You do not want to skid and sacrifice the body when you're
Maybe it'll
butt
be
ass
in a
naked.
yard. At least we're
Yard.
not in Florida and you have to worry about fire ants. Florida, man.
The problem is this is all going to conflict with all the naked events I had going on here at my house that I had planned for the month of August. So now I got to fight. Now I'm going to have to fight with Madison and Milwaukee and,
Be like, I had shit planned in my
Yeah.
own pad.
yeah, I mean, I was thinking I came up with this idea actually like last year in October, and because there was nothing like this that was clothing optional that was available. And I thought to myself, you know what? That would be a good idea. We could have like a slip and slide in the yard,
Naked slip and slide.
People
Lord
could take-
Finko shows his winkle dinkle. I don't know.
people could take my dogs for a walk through the neighborhood.
Lord
you go.
Finkel's Winkle.
You know,
Naked?
yeah, sure. And now I find this out. Now I've got to change my whole schedule around. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
Me
disappointing.
too.
Naked
know.
ghost hunting.
I'm not going, but
It'd give me an extra place
What
to
a
carry my
baby.
camera.
You're gonna have to
I
wear
always
like
I always run out of hands.
you're gonna have to wear a backpack like backwards, and keep it on your front and just put all your stuff there so you can access it.
Yeah. All right.
Don't think that's where he was going, but I was following you, Rich.
Well,
You know what?
okay,
We
tough
can't have
that.
fun.
That was
We
my
can't have
world.
fun.
news.
I don't want to do this anymore if we're not gonna have fun. So I'm just gonna have
That's right.
fun. So
Fuck it, I'm out. No naked ghost hunting. I'm done. There might be other teams like that. Maybe you could start the first one.
yeah. Is that a shadow coming out from behind that door? Oh, let's look at the camera.
Oh my goodness.
See, Brian's missing out on this episode,
Yeah, he is.
but he's not feeling well. So maybe when he listens to this will cheer him up.
Yeah, definitely. Also, just speaking of Brian, and for people that that don't know, if you haven't already found out Brian has a spinoff of our podcast and started Wrestling with the Realm. And he recently had somebody request for him and Will to do a kind of a review on an old 90s episode of WWE. So that's going to happen. He's going to do it.
Cool. Cool.
All right. Now I found my screen so I can go
Cool.
back. All right. You guys see the wheel of names?
Mhm.
All
I
right.
don't know who
Let's
that
see
Rick guy is though. Hope it lands on him.
Let's hope it lands on Rick. Oh, Rich, you are next. You are
All
next.
right. Well, my weird story comes out of Milwaukee. Most people, it's not nude, unfortunately. Someone beat me to that one.
Well, can't all have winners.
Yeah, well, Anyway, there's a boat that's stuck in South Milwaukee on the rocks. It's been stuck there
Currently?
since last year. Yeah. It's called Deep Thought is the name. Anyway, there was a couple were sailing through here. It's like a cabin cruiser, not a sailboat. They ran out of boat. Ran out of boat. Jesus fuck. Ran out of fuel in a storm in October of 24. So the boat's been sitting down by like the McKinley Beach area along the Milwaukee Lakeshore. And the odd part is no one's done anything about it. It's sat there and sat there. It's still there. I think just this week I did see this isn't what this story's about, but I did see a story that they were starting to tear it apart and take it away in pieces, which I also thought was odd on top of that oddity because I had read another article. There's layers to this, folks. Got to pay attention. The article that's not related to this one, there was another article about that one, that the boat was purchased by the Kenosha Kingfish, the baseball team. I saw an article that said that they purchased the boat and they were bringing it to Simmons Field in Kenosha and they're going to make it like a deck area for people, like a VIP type thing. You're going to pay, you could pay this X amount for this and it's going to have food and it's a different kind of cool to be sitting out like towards the outfield in this boat or something. That's what they said. Then I saw the other article that was not this article, that was before that article. I saw that one again, and it said that the boat's being removed. They showed it cutting the top off and different things, and they said they have no idea what's happening to the boat. They said there was an anonymous donor that paid to have it removed. So I don't know if that's related, if the first story about the boat being at the baseball park was just people just hearsay and that's what we want to do, or if it was really the fact and they didn't collaborate with this other story that says they have no idea who paid for it, because it's been an ongoing fight, like I said, since October. Who's going to get rid of this boat? Are taxpayers paying for it? Is the county going to pay for it? Because they did try to move it off the rocks, but apparently it was so far embedded in there they couldn't get it out, which I find I'm not a salvage person, so I don't know. But you see this on TV or in movies all the time. It doesn't seem to be that hard to get a boat off the bottom of the ocean, for God's sake, sometimes, or whatever. This is just stuck in a rock. So I'm not sure what it looks like. Looks like Gilligan's Island, to be honest with you. Anyway, now I'll have to remember to post a picture of the boat now. It is full of graffiti. I mean, there's graffiti all over this boat. It's been tagged by everyone and their mother, every which way from Sunday. There's graffiti all over this boat. It's become like a folk hero person. It's like a folk story thing. Oh, remember that boat? Oh, let's go down and hang out by the boat. Okay.
So,
now on to my story. That has nothing to do with my story.
I'm like, wait, I thought that was the story.
My story is the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum has unveiled a limited edition Deep Thought bobble. So they're making a bobblehead of this boat.
Really?
Yes.
That is so okay. I need to go back to the boat. Who's the owner? So they got stuck in a storm. They ran out of gas.
Yep.
They just left it there in South Milwaukee.
How do you just leave a boat? How do you just leave a boat?
Don't know how that happened.
It's
They
a
just left it.
storm. What, they just swam away? What did they do?
Well, no, they wrecked it on they got stuck on the rocks.
And
It
then
got
what?
wrecked
They
on
must have
shore,
got.
so
I
they
don't know
probably
how they
off
got
on shore.
rescued. Somebody, I'd have to go way back to the previous story from October to find out exactly
Sounds like you
those
went through a lot
details.
of stories for this. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but-
you found that story. That story, you had also found another story that somebody was purchasing the boat, but
Yep.
or it was getting taken apart, but they didn't know who was buying
They
it.
had no idea who
But
was
then
doing it.
you
It's
found a
anonymous.
separate story where the Kenosha Kingfish are buying a
Yeah.
boat.
That
Not you
boat.
don't know
No,
if
they
it's
said that. They
it's
said that boat. Yeah, that's why.
Oh, so they did say it was that boat.
And that was actually before the story of they're taking it apart and they don't know what's going on with it. Well, how does the
Oh, yeah,
city or
there's a
whoever
lack
it
of
is that's doing that
communication.
not know? So they're obviously just not telling anybody because you got to
Yeah.
know who it is. I mean, come
So
on.
now they're creating a bobblehead. Sorry. So
Yep.
now fast
Yep.
forward.
Yep.
The boat was called Deep Thought.
Yep.
I keep wanting to say something
Still
else,
is.
but it was called Deep Thought.
Mhm.
And now they are creating a bobblehead.
Yep. The National Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum. So it's not like not the guy that works at Miller, the Brewer Stadium that
Right.
comes up with these ideas for bobbleheads and say, hey, let's make one of this boat. No, this is the National
Huh.
Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum decided that we need a bobblehead of this boat stuck on the rocks.
It's like
They're going to
become that
cost
much of a legend.
$35 each and flat rate shipping of $8 per order.
I mean, how is this boat that special?
Like I said, it's turned into this long running folk story of, or whatever you want to call it, that since October 24, you know.
I'm gonna do digging after we record this.
Surprisingly,
find
I
out
haven't
more.
gone and saw it myself. I should have went there and took a picture with it. That's what I should have done.
And
And
so
try not
this
to fall
week
in the
they're
water because I have a hard time around lake shores, apparently.
well, Kez works up that way, so I should tell Kez to go to yeah, you do you like to fall in Loch Ness is what you like to do.
Yeah, that was something. But anyway, that's my story. Is they're making a bobblehead of this boat that's been stuck on the rocks since October.
How do you make a bobblehead of a boat?
I don't know. They don't have an actual picture of the bobblehead. They have an actual like a depiction of that actual photo of the boat and then like a base of something. So kind of what they're looking at doing.
Mm.
So
Very interesting.
when we post this on Facebook, I will add
The picture.
pictures.
Okay.
So
So people can see. Try to
Yep.
put in the show notes as well. All right. What do you have, Rob?
Oh no.
Robert?
It's between me and Rick. If Rick wins, that's it. Show's over.
that damn Rick.
No, 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 no.
You want
Fair is
you want me to
fair.
spin it?
Fair is fair. Me and Rick head to head, toe to toe, right now.
Okay. Hang on, I gotta take Rich off of there. Okay, so you and Rick are gonna go toe to toe, right? He's really
Me and
trying to get
Rick.
out of doing a news story.
You know why? Because my stories are not nearly as good as your guys's.
Oh, look, Rob won. Surprise.
Hey, there's always a chance, right?
There was a
They're
chance.
absolutely.
There was a chance.
Because today, like looking, I'd go various different ways of seeking some story for the show. And it was interesting that I even looked up like some UFO stuff, and I got a whole AI message from Google about how this week there are no major new developments or revelations about UFOs reported in major news outlets. And then it goes into this long thing, and I'm like, wow. But not my story, but does the name Joe Nickel with two L's sound familiar to you?
Ain't he a
No.
country singer?
No, he is a paranormal investigator
Oh,
and has also been referred to as the real Scully. He's a skeptic. Um, he worked for the Committee of Skeptical Inquiry. He's done like 30 books.
Oh.
He's done a bunch of debunk. He passed away this
Oh.
month, and I just kind of came across that, and I mean, I guess maybe I should shout out for our people, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So my story Ugh, I tell you, I felt pickings were slim, but
I'm gonna tell you when it's not gonna be slim. After the naked shit in August, there's gonna be stories
this
coming out of
just
the
happens
woodwork.
to be about naked.
So
Your stories about naked things?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
they found a naked alligator in the sewer.
A naked alligator?
he didn't have his pants on.
That was my only segue into it.
Florida,
Well,
man.
alligators in the sewer myth is true. City workers find out in jaw-dropping video where they sent a camera into the sewers, but not in New York, in Florida.
Oh.
And to me, it was interesting because I used to work for a company, a plumbing outfit, and we have put a lot of cameras on the sewers, and I've never seen an alligator or a crocodile.
What a crock.
What a crock, right?
Yeah, you got the shaft on that one.
Oh my gosh. The jokes kept coming and they both all keep
I
coming.
didn't even try for that one. That one just
No,
came.
you didn't have to. Fair enough. So, New York might not have infamous alligators in the sewers, but Florida has the real thing. A work crew in Ovidio, Florida, proved the New York City urban legend was a Sunshine State reality after discovering a 5-foot gator residing in a sludge-filled pipe.
Nope.
Footage of the scaly subterranean terror is currently stirring up a lot of commotion in the
A
city.
lot of shit.
Yeah, right. And stirring up some shit too. But they apparently have had some potholes opening up in roads as that's kind of common thing in Florida, right? Sinkholes and whatnot.
Oh wow.
So they stuck the camera down to see what was going on. They don't think the alligator's the cause, but it just goes to show that they can survive and are surviving. And there is some pictures from the video, and it's got to be a really big pipe they're going through because 5-foot gator does not take up the whole thing. And they even put a trailer for Alligator, the original Alligator from the 80s.
I bet you the picture quality is really shitty.
It is. I didn't even think of all the sewage puns. I was more, interested in the alligator. Like, man, I hope I don't get picked this week.
No, I think that's a cooler story than what we had.
Well, I think Rich's story is stranger. Just the whole
it is weird.
thing.
The fact
Like,
that
yeah,
you
it's weird.
stacked
It
all
goes
those
back and
stories
forth.
together.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, how many stories there could be about the same boat.
And nobody
Right.
knows that they're talking about the same boat.
And what's even stranger is they're making a bobblehead of the boat. Now, I'm not bobblehead savvy.
Savvy.
So
Yeah.
that, I don't know, do they make bobbleheads of other things that aren't people?
I've never seen one that I can think of. I mean, maybe they're out there.
I have a bobblehead Scooby Doo from Scooby Doo Day at Milwaukee Park.
But do they have a mystery machine that's a bobblehead?
No,
Okay.
no,
There we go.
no.
So
they don't.
the other
They
interesting
probably
part
should.
of this is that the camera they sent down was on a robot.
Oh,
Right. Yes.
Did he sound like Joey Lawrence, like ours?
Ours. Does ours sound like Joey Lawrence?
Yeah, he kept going.
Whoa.
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 I
I'd never even thought of that, but our robot does sound like Joey. That's what we're gonna call our robot.
Joey?
Yeah, we're gonna call it Joey.
Should we just tape a face of that on there? I don't
We
think
should
any of
put
the
his
sensors.
face.
I don't think any of the sensors are in his head. We'll find out.
Whoa.
Whoa.
We should do that. But put a picture.
That's it. That's our robot's name. Everybody you witnessed it here. We finally named our robot after a full year. Well, we
It took
haven't
us
had him a full
way
year,
too long
but
to come up with that. But I'll tell you what, that robot's kind of freaky.
it's perfect.
So,
But whenever you said, Rob, that you're not what'd you say when you're trying to say savvy? But what were you trying to talk about? What were you talking about?
We're bobbleheads.
Oh yeah, you said you're not bobblehead. So you said suave at first, and all I could think of is, do you guys
Was
remember
Rico?
that song? Rico Suave.
So
And I actually saw a TikTok of him. Somebody, like his daughter, posted this TikTok video, and it's this guy getting out of car and he's walking up the sidewalk, and he's a very handsome, good-looking guy. And she's playing this song. She's like, my dad said that he was, or somebody said my dad was a heartthrob or whatever back in the day. And so she shows this guy walking up. He is good looking. And then all of a sudden it flashes to the picture of him, like, from back in the day, from his long hair and no shirt and the jeans. So I was like, wow, he's really aged nicely. I want to know his secret. But he's becoming relevant again because now the TikTok's going crazy over this. So
Nice.
I've been hearing Rico Suave a heck of a lot more recently on my feed. Anyway. Okay.
Anyways, the alligator didn't eat the robot. They didn't retrieve the alligator, and they're hoping they're not going to find any more. And that's
I got a
it.
question.
Go ahead.
Would it be scarier to find the alligator or to find the eggs?
And it was just one alligator?
Just one, because this is just the area they weren't surveying.
Okay.
Well, see, I guess if I saw an alligator in the sewer, I would be like, oh, typical alligator in the sewer. But if I was in the sewer and I saw a robot, I'd be like, whoa. Whoa.
That's true.
Fair enough.
If you were an alligator using a camera and saw a robot in the sewer, that would be even more.
He approached it, opened his mouth, and then turned around.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's scary.
Yes.
Well, yeah, my friend that lives in Florida, she sends me pictures of like alligator stuff all the time. I'm like, no, absolutely not.
No, they're not nice.
Nope.
They're dinosaurs.
That's nope on a
Yeah.
rope for me. No, thank you. And those big sand cranes, they're like pterodactyls. They're very loud. I don't know if you've ever heard them. They're so that has to be what prehistoric world must have sounded like. The screech is just ear shattering. But well, so for those of you that stuck it out with us this long on this episode, we hope we gave you a few good news stories that you enjoyed and then some.
And if you're in the area, you can go naked. There's plenty to do naked.
We'll put all the naked activities here in Wisconsin. I mean, there's links for places close to you, I'm sure. So stick with us this season 7. We will be doing full episodes on Monday, weird news on Wednesday. We're going to be focusing this season solely on our trip over to Europe and the UK. So we're excited to share our trip with you and all the places that we were able to go to and investigate and see. So stick with us because we're going through evidence, and we'll be having some evidence reels. We've found some really great EVPs so far. Trying to see what we can come through with on video evidence, but we definitely have evidence to be showing to everybody. So stick with us. If you have any weird news stories that you would love for us to cover, please send it our way. We do get submissions and we love it when we do. Makes it easier for us to not have to go searching for them, but also we want to bring some relevant news to other people, tell your weird news to other people. Or hey, maybe we can be the ones that break the news. If you have a weird story that you haven't told anybody else and you want us to break it to the world, send it our way. Connected Realm.
But if it is illegal,
yeah, if it's illegal,
we might have to
we're done.
we might have to tell the authorities.
We know nothing. But you can send that to connectedrealm@gmail.com, connectedrealm@gmail.com. You can watch this on YouTube, find it in audio version, most anywhere where you find your podcast. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Peace out.
Good night, everyone.